Hi there, this is Catherine with Foods That Heal You, and I'm going to demonstrate how to make ghee. I have it in a lot of my recipes because I like the flavor of it and because it handles high heat well. And basically ghee is just clarified butter. It's butter that we take the milk solids and the protein solids out of to turn it basically into an oil that has a nice sweet nutty taste and handles high heat well. So you start with unsalted organic butter. It has to be unsalted and it has to be organic or it won't work very well. It doesn't really matter the brand, just as long as it's organic and unsalted. And then you'll need a glass jar to pour it in. And I use a mesh strainer to strain it. You can use cheesecloth. That cheesecloth actually probably works better, but I do fine with the mesh strainer, steel mesh strainer. And then what I did was I took the butter out and I peeled it, and I have it in my pan here, all ready to go. And I'm going to go ahead and put my stove on level 4. I have electric, so I put on level 4. And I'll set my timer for 7 minutes so I don't forget about it because you'll burn it. Now, 7 minutes is not, set in stone. So what I'm going to do is when it gets near the end, I just do the 7 minutes so I don't forget. And that's approximately how long it takes. So when it gets near the end, I will come back and I'll show you what that looks like and how to strain it. All right, see you in a few. Okay, I'm back and it's been 7 minutes and we're not done yet, but I wanted to cut in here really quick and just show you, mid-process what you're looking at. So as you can see, it's just really white and foamy, and that's the milk solids coming to the top. So I'm going to let it keep going for a little bit, and what's going to happen is this white foamy stuff, you can skim it off with a spoon, but it's really not necessary, so I just let it cook down. Anyway, so you're going to let this, it'll start turning, it'll bubble it sound like popcorn, and it'll be white like this. And then this foaminess will gradually go away. And at that point is when we're getting really close to it being done. So I'm going to pause it for a second here again and let it continue on till it's done, and be back in a second here. All right. Okay, I'm back and it's been exactly 12 minutes and actually 11 and a half minutes. And we're basically done here. So as you can see, it's cleared up and now it's got white bubbles. And if you tilt your pan when you do this, you can check to see for sure that it's done because you'll see a little bit of brown burnt on the bottom, but you don't want to let that go long at all. So I had it on medium, high, level 4 out of 10 on my stove, or medium low, I'm sorry, kind of in between. All right, so now it's done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strain it. And I don't know if you can see on the video or not, but there's just a teeny bit of brown, and you see the milk solids around the edges too. Those are the milk solids we're trying to get rid of. So, and then in here in the strainer, it catches the milk solids. Oh, there went my timer. There's 12 minutes exactly. And then there's the milk solids still here that didn't strain out. So what I'll do is I'll let this sit for about 5 minutes, and then I'll strain it again into another glass jar, and then just let it sit aside and you're done. And at room temperature, you want to leave it at room temperature. You don't want to put this in the refrigerator. It's not necessary. The only rule with ghee is, and it lasts a long time, but the only rule with ghee is that you don't double dip. Basically, you don't want to get water in there or it'll mold. You want to use a new spoon or knife every time that you dip into it. But it handles a good high heat. You can use it in crock pot recipes. You can use it in the chili, the vegetable soup. You can use it to fry eggs. I use it to stir fry vegetables all the time because it just adds a really amazing flavor. And it's not an inflammatory. A lot of refined oils are high in omega-6 fats, and they're refined, so they're not healthy. The ghee actually has health benefits. And then you can also heat it up and melt it down again and dip, for example, if you make baked or grilled salmon, you can dip pieces of that in it, or you can drizzle it on there. So there are a lot of different uses for the ghee. And now that this is actually cooled a little bit, you can see the milk solids that have settled in there. So that's all we're doing is we're just taking the dairy out of it. So if you have an allergy to dairy, you can have clarified butter, aka ghee. So if you got any questions, you can email me at foodsthathealyou@gmail.com. Love to hear from you and have a great day. Bye.